You can see here I'm about to run a set of twins here on these are HobbyKing EP650s with CNC lower unit on a HobbyKing Pursuit. I'm in the mock-up stage at the moment, and I ran into a couple of issues that I think you should see, including, if you'll notice, the two different cowls. One motor I bought with the electric inboard runner, and the other one came without a motor because I wanted to upgrade it straight away to see if I could find a motor that would be the appropriate size and maybe a better quality motor. My experience with HobbyKing motors is I burn them all up within a matter of hours, so I'm doing a test here. In any case, I've found a couple of things you want to know if you tend to do an upgrade yourself or you burn up the motor and need to. So I made this video so you could see what I had to do to get another motor inside here. Enjoy! Okay, I thought I'd bring you up to speed here. What I'm doing with this twin outboard installation I'm doing. This tube here, first of all, exits. There's a little hole right here. You can see by my finger right there. And it's right underneath here. Let me do it this way. It's right there. And I'm going to move it down to here for easier, or I was going to move it to here for easier access, then I decided I didn't like that. It's too sloppy. I'm actually going to mount it on the back of the cowling here. I'm going to drill a hole, and I'm going to use one of these water tube fittings, and I'm going to mount that right here, dead center. And I'll just hog out a little U shape so that this cowl slides on and off, and this will actually be mounted down in here. So I can just take my mini grease gun, squirt it up to it, and that'll take care of that. The coupler that comes with it is aluminum. I'm not so sure I like that so much. I'm probably going to upgrade it to a brass one. It's 4mm on this end, and I can't remember what the size of that. Maybe 3.7 or 3. I don't know. In any event, I'll have to measure that. I'm going to replace it with a brass one with a different end. So this did not fit the original one. The shaft is too long. I took my Dremel and chopped off 1/8 of an inch off the armature shaft of the Leopard motor, and I also had to drill out the top of this because the shaft is wider. I had to drill it out to just over 4mm. 4.03 is what I did, and now everything just lines up and fits nicely. I got 2 mounting screws to go in there. It fits under here. I just got to put my water jacket back on. So I've upgraded my motor. It's a little faster motor. Hopefully the flex shaft will be able to handle it. If not, then maybe I'll look into upgrading the flex shafts as well. Another item I had, can't have two motors side by side, but the water exit here is just going to pump water on my motor all day, and I won't be able to see if it's actually pumping water to the side. So obviously the other outboard motor on this side pumping out here is fine, but now I need to move this one. So I just used my Dremel again and removed the fitting here, and I'm going to drill and epoxy it back over on this side. Okay, so the motor upgrade's complete. You can see here we've got our Leopard motor and water cooler in. Inlet line comes from the top, exits out the bottom. I had to relocate the water at P hole, the exit, because putting twins together it was going to P on the other twin, so I had to relocate it to this side. I also relocated the grease tube with a little bit better design as well. It was just a tube hanging out this hole right here, but because I have a steering bracket here, or a tie rod bracket here for my steering, I used one of these water cooling escutcheon plates. They hold these rubber tubes really well. So now I've got just a little bit of the rubber extending, so my mini grease gun just plugs right up to it, squirt some grease in, and we're good to go. One other thing I've noticed about these motors that needs attention, they put the tiniest little pinhole right here for greasing. It's insufficient. take something, or take it apart and heat up a pin and make a bigger hole in there like I've done right here so the grease can actually get into the tube. Alright, that's about it. We're good to go. I just got to fill in this hole, repaint the fiberglass on these so that they match, and I'm ready for testing. Yeah, so I tried to grease my flex tube, my flex shaft before I opened those holes, and it didn't put any grease in the tube. See right here where my thumb is, you can see grease beginning to come out that gap, and maybe right there as well. There, it's coming out here. When it comes out here and here, you know you're full. I don't have any paper towels. They're back in the house. Damn it. I got a nice little work trailer here I work out of. It's a 30-foot travel trailer for my hobbies. It's an office trailer is what it is, and I use part of it for my hobbies as well. I didn't bring any paper towels. Now I got a mess going down. In any case, yeah, you got to open that up, that flex tube up, or it's not going to grease. And I'm going to open this up to ensure that it's actually been greased. This is actually a nice little unit, and I've looked at the inside of this. With some careful Dremel work, I do believe one could hog out the channeling that the flex shaft rides in. You may be able to upgrade to a larger diameter shaft. Okay, yes, we got grease inside this tube here now. That's all black. That was white before. So that's what you need to do. You need to open up that hole so the grease runs up and down. It did it perfect. Excellent. It didn't grease it the first time, so that's a must. Open that up and ensure that you have a hole there large enough for the grease to get in. Mine only had a pinhole, and it just wouldn't allow grease to get in. It would leak because the pinhole in the flex tube was so small. It would leak here, here, and here before it would get into that. Grease is always, like water, is going to take the path of least resistance. Well, the path of least resistance was here, here, and here to leak out, as opposed to going into that tube. So you need to make a larger hole.